Today, we're going to walk through one of our actual projects that we are currently in development with. We're in the very first phase of this project. It's a family of four locating to a brand new house that they're building south of Atlanta. This is a new construction project that we're looking at. So really excited. It's got some fresh designs that James has been working on. So he's going to walk us through what a typical first concept design looks like.
So this cover sheet, as we're looking at right now, this gives us a good chance to give us a hero image, is what we call it. It goes on the cover sheet, and essentially it's just what you would be seeing from the front of the house. Sometimes we do the rear view instead of the front view. It just depends on the house.
Right.
But it gives, in one picture, we're trying to portray exactly what the house is and the style that we're designing in. So the first design that we sent through, the roofs were steeper. They wanted to pursue a flatter sort of look. So we've taken the roofs down to a lower pitch, meaning, that has certain meanings that come with it, meaning we have to go with a metal roof instead of shingles.
Right.
The other thing they wanted us to focus on was the square footage interior. So we went through and we cut out any dead weight, bringing the square footage down by about 1,000 square feet. And then we also had a look at adding in more of a contemporary feel with large glass windows to the rooms, as you can see here. So this is a good chance to see what a PDF looks like in a design review, and then how we treat the meeting and how we start applying those updates to the design. And then we ended up taking a bedroom out to make sure that we really nailed the square footage of. So they came with 5 bedrooms, and then they came with, which is pretty typical, they came with a square footage maximum that they were trying to hit. Site plan. And right now we're pretty basic on the site plan because we're halfway through this first phase. Essentially what we're trying to get at through this process is we'll start adding in details that'll be like the site dimensions will come down here along the front here, the road name will come in, and then we're trying to position the house on the site as well. And as we move through the drawings, that's what we're trying to inspire in our clients. We try and get them to visualize it as they're walking through. So you want to think of the story of when you arrive home. One of the things that the client was saying to us in this meeting was, I want the office to be open as much as possible. We need to make sure that we have, you can see that I've kind of drawn out a column in this corner. So there's implications with the structural sort of elements here, but he's like, well, we want it to be open to the great room so I can sit in there and I can watch the family as they, they're out there enjoying the TV or something like that. But then as we produce 3D images, as we work through this phase, we can kind of look at the interiors. We can look at, how the stair's going to work. And if you're sitting in the office, what are you going to see to your right-hand side? What are you going to see if you're looking forward? Those sort of elements. If we're looking at the kitchen, how many people are going to be sitting at the island and stuff? So as you tell your story of how you live in the home, the plan can start developing around that and makes it a little bit easier for us to design as well. We start discussing different things. So you can see we just work top down. Expanding the rear patio out here. They just wanted more space as they walk out of the guest suite and the masters above. Just more private space that they can come enjoy the outside. And then we move into the great room. The only changes here is that we're looking at reducing this sort of area here. They're only looking for a built-in fireplace. It doesn't get too cold where they are, a little bit further south in Georgia, so they don't need a grand fireplace. And it needs to match in with the style that they want as well. So it doesn't need to be this over-the-top stone fireplace or anything like that. They're looking at just having a built-in fireplace to the wall. It'll be most likely just be gas direct, so they can just vent it straight outside. So it doesn't need a chimney or anything like that. And then moving down to the foyer, as we were talking about before, just opening up to the office so they can walk straight in and everything's nice and open. They have views. As soon as they walk in, they have views through the rest of the house. And you can instantly see if someone's sitting at the breakfast table from the foyer, and just want to keep it as open as possible at this point. So one of the last things I'll add to the design phase is we'll end up breaking down each of the rooms and giving us a 3D perspective of like the kitchen sort of thing, and then we'll have internal elevations. And all that'll be part of the design phase. So that'll be ready for sending over to the contractor and the banks as well. But essentially what we'll be looking for in the next phase, and it will differ from building to building, but it'll include, your broad building sections, and then the wall sections that go down into that, and the architectural detailing that is associated with it.
Right.
It also include the roof plan, the site plan updates, if there are any site plan updates. There may be updates to the elevations and things like that. There'll also be, specification notes. There'll be framing details. All those sorts of things will go into the detailing, which is in the second phase.
Right.
And all those are very important for the builder as well. Like as more of these details come through to the builder, they're able to more accurately quote out the building costs.